Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. I am bringing you a simple stamping card today. So it's just ink, stamps and cardstock. And I'm using the Gnome For The Holidays. And I've made a few cards using this now, and they've involved lots and lots of intricate sort of colouring, so I thought I'd try a bit of simple stamping with it. They're beautiful images, and I thought that they might work without any colouring in. So I am going to use Magenta black ink. I've got some Whisper white and I've got some basic black, and I thought I'd show you how I sort of cut the card to be this sort of shape. I've seen these before, and they're like UKDL cards, which takes you sort of square it up and fold it in half, but that means you only get one card out of a piece of cardstock, and I wanted to get two because I want to make it go as far as possible. So what I did was I cut my cardstock in half like I'd normally do. So that's my normal 2 card bases that I get, but obviously I score it that way and make a C6 card. But all I'm doing here is scoring it in half long ways, and that's how I get my card that way. So it is 2 7/8 wide, and that is 8 1/4. But I will actually be cutting this down, because it doesn't need to be 8 1/4, because by the time you've done your repeating of these, it's 7 1/2. But just in case I don't stamp in exactly the same way, I'm not cutting it down until I've actually done that bit of stamping, because it might vary. So I've got my 3 little characters, and I thought I'd show you how I lined them up on the block. So I kind of used my grid mat. You can use anything that's got a line, and I sort of lined our first little gnome sort of up on that line, and then I've gone for the female next. And what I've done is where that pokes out there and you've got a little divot in there, I kind of nestled her up to that. And then with this one, where that bauble bit sticks out there, I've nestled it up into there. And then that way they're kind of they're sort of close enough together, so they're not like miles apart. If I didn't have that that sort of nestling, then I think they would look like they were too far apart. So I've got, this is a half sheet of Whisper white, so I'm gonna stamp on this and then cut it down. So I'm just using Magenta. You could use Stays On, you could use a different colour, and sort of experiment. I just like black and white myself, so make sure I've got good coverage on there. And then I'm just gonna, I might use my line there on the grid mat, and I'm just going to stamp it down. I'm gonna go up a little bit because I do want to have room for the sentiment. Giving that a few minutes. There we go. Oh, they're so cute. And I've done them a different way round. Just realised I've swapped those two. Oh, well, that's good. It'd be different, won't it? So ink that up again. And then I did try this on the Stamparatus, but actually all I'm doing is eyeballing it, and I think it will work. I think I did this one on the Stamparatus, but I wanted to see if you could do it by hand to make it, I wanted this to be a simple project. And yeah, I think that works really well. So then I'm going for the little pun of you're a friend like no other. So it doesn't necessarily have to be for Christmas. It could be for anything. Just to give your mate. So, and I'm just putting that, sort of having her kind of as the centre bit, and just hoping I get it straight. Yay! Love it. So we just need to trim that down. So because the card base is there at 2 7/8, I want to go to 2 5/8 to give us a nice border, and that is absolutely fine for that one. And then I'm going to cut it down. If the card base is going to end up at 7.5, then we want to come a quarter this way, which I'm going to come just 1/8 and then take a bit off this side to take it down to 7.25, and then that's a better size, I think. And then we need to cut this down to 7.5, and I'm thinking, I say it does depend on your stamping. I think I want to come in another little tad there. So we were at 7.25. Oh no, we weren't at 7.25. Oh no, that's because I only went two down, didn't I? Right, so we're going to go to 7.25. So I've done it so it's only 1/8. That's a 16, so we need to go down 1/8. So if that was 7.25, we need to go up 1/8 to give us just a tiny little border around, like so. So you work out what border you want. You can make a bigger border if you want. I did do a bigger border on the other. And then all you need to do is glue it together. So, put some Tombow over this. Not going to use my little applicator for this because it's quite a big surface. Got me wiggle room there. And then I'll cut another one to go on the inside. So I came back 2 that way. So I took 1/8 off that way. I did that one at 7 1/4. You could do some stamping on the inside if you wanted to. I thought I'd not cut that very straight. It doesn't look straight to me. I might have just moved my hand a bit. I think that's better. Yeah. I might just take a little tad off this. There we go. I do fiddle when I'm deciding on things. There, prefer that. You could do a little bit of stamping on the inside if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. Keep it simple. That's what today's project is. A very simple project, a very quick project, and just something a little bit different in the size of the card. I was saying I wanted to try making a long narrow card after seeing a few of them, and I just thought that that was just quite a cute little fun card. You could of course colour them in and make it a little bit more colourful if you wanted to. So that's me for today. Hope you like that, and I shall see you again soon. There will be all the details on my blog as usual, nigezza.co.uk. You can link down below, and I'll be back very, very soon. Okay, bye for now.